luminaries, welcome back to Radiant Minds, where we shine a light on the messy, manipulative, and magnetic sides of modern love. I'm David Delafuente, LPC-in-training, sexologist, and your favorite relationship realist, with just enough sass to keep the truth stinging too hard. We're continuing on our week 2 theme on emotional blackmail and gendered power plays. And today we're focusing on one of the most manipulative tools in the relational toolbox. Let's define it plainly. Guilt tripping is when someone uses your empathy, your care, your conscience, your compassion against you to control your choices, your emotions, or your autonomy. They don't have to yell, they don't have to threaten. All they have to say is, I guess I just don't matter to you. After everything I've done for you, you're the selfish one, not me. And suddenly you're not sure if you're defending a boundary or breaking their heart. According to the article by in 2024, guilt tripping is a cornerstone of emotional dependence. It often operates within gender dynamics that reinforce traditional roles. Women, especially, are socialized to prioritize others' needs, keep the peace in relationships, feel responsible for others' emotional states. When a partner guilt trips, it lands on fertile ground. You don't just feel bad, you feel obligated to fix, soothe, or stay. Meanwhile, narcissistic or emotional manipulative partners often lean into this power, knowing that playing the victim gives them control without accountability. As one section of the article notes, narcissistic individuals often rely on others to serve as mirrors for their emotional needs, leading to manipulative and utilitarian relationships. Guilt tripping isn't a one-time offense. It's a pattern, a covert emotional currency that trades your self-worth for comfort. Common scenarios are: you try to set a boundary, they accuse you of abandoning them. You focus on your needs, they act neglected or cold. You express hurt, they shift the conversation to how they feel. This tactic is especially common in relationships where one partner exhibits narcissistic traits and the other has high emotional dependence. Why? Because guilt often becomes a leash. You move less freely, you speak more cautiously, you question your right to be seen, heard, and protected in that relationship. Let's be real, guilt tripping doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's deeply influenced by 1. Patriarchal conditioning that frames a woman as caretakers and as entitled to emotional labor. 2. Social structures that reinforce male dominance and female guilt. 3. Cultural scripts that reward sacrifices over sovereignty. According to this article, these power dynamics lead to a cycle in which emotionally dependent individuals, often women, feel trapped in relationships marked by guilt, manipulation, and low self-worth. Signs you're being guilt tripped. Let's bring this into clarity. You might be experiencing guilt tripping if 1. You feel responsible for your partner's moods or failures. 2. You often compromise out of guilt, not agreement. 3. You fear saying no, not because of a fight, but because of your emotional punishment. And 4. You leave arguments feeling like you were the problem, even when you weren't. Here's how to reclaim the power. 1. Name the game. Guilt tripping is not sensitivity, it's strategy. Recognizing the pattern is your first step. 2. Recenter your feelings. You're allowed to have needs. You're allowed to say no. You're allowed to be uncomfortable without being cruel. 3. Build internal validation. Guilt tripping works when your self-worth depends on someone else's approval. Healing starts when your own voice becomes the loudest in the room. 4. Therapy helps, especially if you were raised to fuse love with sacrifice. It takes intentional work to unlearn those narratives. Lastly, guilt is not a relationship tool. It's an emotion, not a leash. If someone consistently makes you feel responsible for their happiness, their security, or their emotional regulation, they're not loving you, they're managing you. This week, I want you to remember, your worth is not measured by how much you shrink for someone else's comfort. Until next time, stay grounded, stay whole, and never apologize for your peace.